Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Saman Upworkwala here, and today we have a really wonderful guest with us whose name is Debbie. So today we are going to learn about Miss Debbie Langley, uh, who is a business coach, and today we'll learn about more about her life journey and about her. So first of all, Miss Debbie, I want you to introduce yourself to the people who are watching us and looking forward to our stream could know who you are and what
Oh, thank you. I it My journey in entrepreneurialism started when I was really young. My dad owned his own auto repair shop and a gas station, and I learned how to be an entrepreneur from him. And I began working with him like when I was 10 years old, pumping gas and writing out credit card slips so that we could buy gas with it, with the money. And my journey has just progressed. I have 40 years in business, owning my own businesses, and I have raised 6 kids while I was running my businesses. So I have learned some tricks along the way how to make a business more profitable and to spend less time actually working on the business.
that's a really great thing. So you told me about that you have 40 plus years of experience. So what changes have you seen over the time when you have started your business off and now that 40 years have passed down? So what are the basic differences and the things you need to uh, like you need to change over past 40 years?
The thing that I learned that is most important in getting a business off on the right foot is starting with a business plan. 85% of businesses don't have a business plan. And this is your actual roadmap. This is what guides you along the way and helps you meet goals and projections of what you want to do with your business. So that is the number one thing I would do as a business owner is when I'm starting a brand new business, I get a business plan. And there's 6 parts to that business plan. I'd be glad to share them with you. There's the executive summary, which is like an overall picture of what your business is going to be doing. Then there's the company description, which tells what your company does. And then you do a market analysis. And this is what really key for any business is you got to know what your competition is and what they're doing, what they have done, and how you can make yourself stand out. And then knowing what your products and services are. And that actually can be done after you've done a market analysis. And then there's your sales and um, your marketing strategy, and then your financial projections. And those last two are also extremely important in a business plan. If you don't know those things, you're going to have a really hard time being able to succeed and make it to a 6 figure or um, even to survive 5 years.
That's a really great information you told me about. So, when we are starting off a business, what are the key things we need to take in our mind or brain map the things we need to implement on our business so that it grows really well and develops into a business like a multinational business or something like
What what is going to really depend your business success is going to depend on is how big is the problem that you're solving, because every business is about solving problems, and how can you make yourself stand out, because there's lots of people that can do the same things, um, but like if you're really good on customer service, people will oftentimes pay more money for the same product to get your customer service. So you those are two key points in starting a business is how big is my problem? The bigger the problem, the more income you'll make. And two, how do I stand out?
Great. So, ma'am, I wanted to ask you that you are a business coach. So basically, first you were into business kind of stuff, and now you are basically an educated person about business, that how we can do it and how we can become an expert in it. So, how did you thought about being a business coach rather than doing further business?
I have two businesses that I run now. I'm a business coach because I see that in our global economy, that the best way for people to succeed and have the greatest opportunity of controlling their own income is to be an entrepreneur. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we can't see the forest for the trees. And I don't know if that translates over into Pakistan, um, but those are American idioms, and it means that sometimes we are so close to the problems we can't see what the problem is. And so a business coach comes in and they can guide you, they give you projects to work on to help you obtain your goals. It's completely up to the person, the business owner, what they do and what their results will be. As a business coach, I can, because I've been involved not only in for 40 years with my own businesses, I have also been in 18 different industries and had businesses in many of those same industries. So I have a wide variety of experience that's very translatable between different industries and businesses. So if you're having a problem, and I can come in and look at it and say, hey, this is what you need to do, adjust to be able to get what you want. I really specialize in helping people start up, but my biggest thing is how to make a business more profitable. Because many times you might say have 125,000 gross revenue, but you only have like a 10% profit margin, and that's not enough to survive. And there are simple things that we can do, little tweaks that we can do in your business to make it so that you're more profitable and that you aren't spending as much time. I recently wrote a post about Sandy, who was spending 60 to 80 hours on her business, and she wasn't increasing her revenue, and she definitely wasn't increasing her profitability. With just a few tweaks, she was able to go to working less than 40 hours a week and increased her profitability by a good 10%.
Great. So, the next question is that it is 2023. So businesses has drastically changed from past 10 years. So which are the businesses you are seeing that they might be like blown up if they are started now? And because of AI and certain type of different tools we have nowadays, what types of businesses can we do which can grow up in the next 10 years?
You know, I think there's a big push for online businesses. I think brick and mortar businesses actually have a high success rate during this time because people are craving connection. And while a lot of people are jumping into the brick and mortar, not the brick and mortar, into the online social media marketing, it's starting to get really saturated, and people are tired of being bombarded with sales calls all the time. So don't limit yourself to just social media and online businesses. There are many, many different things that you can do that will be very profitable but they have a personal connection to them. I mean, even the online businesses, they need to have the personal connection. Develop a relationship before you start slamming them with your sales.
Great. So, I wanted to ask you that as we are going off year by year to different businesses and different things, uh, have you ever faced any rare case which was really helpful to you in throwing yourself off that you got really nice example from it to help on further on different businesses? Like it really became an example for you to uh, be able to work with another businesses or another business which was really not going off.
Um, I'm not sure I heard you quite right. What um, I I my experience with business coaches began back in 2000, and up to that point, I had never used a business coach. The I had the opportunity to start working with a business coach, and I was very interested in this one industry. I wanted to be a real estate investor, and I had a little bit of experience. I got a business coach that in a year and a half working with that business coach, I was able to take my business that was a low five figures, and I was able to make that a seven-figure business in a year and a half because I got a business coach. That is the that is what sold me on coaching. And I have always have a business coach, and I have other coaches too. That I have a mindset coach to help me be in the right space at the right time, so that I can take my businesses to the figures that they want. Um, this last year, I've been working with a lot of startups, and instead of having negative numbers, I've been able to bring them up to positive numbers within the first 6 weeks of every client that I've had in that position. And I think that's a really important thing to have happen in a business, because if you're in negatives or you're at zero on your revenues and incomes, your business isn't going to succeed. And what we want to do is, in my coaching, is I take my experiences and look at your business and help you see where you can start making profits. Sometimes, and often, it is in the marketing. It's how you choose to market. And sometimes you have to shift, and you have to shift the mindset to be able to say, okay, the way I was trying to do it, say online, isn't going to be successful because the product I have is a hands-on product. People need to see it. They need to touch it. They need to feel it. They need the emotion that goes with it, because all sales are actually made through emotion. They're not just knowledge. You can not have knowledge on all kinds of things, but you make your decisions to buy based on emotion. That's why know, liking, and trusting somebody is so important in building that relationship to make that sale. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. So I wanted to ask that did you had any incident past your business coaching experience that made you think that this might be the thing if I before my business coach thing, I'll be a better person at business coach. So I wanted to ask about that.
Um, I think yes. I would say that is definitely um, helped me to be a better person and to have a be a better entrepreneur. I believe that it makes me, it's part of what my desire is, to be able to help others. Is that I want to share my experiences, and I've had such good experiences. I mean, there are coaches out there. There's all kinds of coaches, and I haven't. All my coaches that I've hired haven't been as successful for me as they are for some other people. But that's how life is. You learn what you can from somebody, and then you move forward. And not every program is for everybody, and especially in business, because in business, every business has its own idiosyncrasies, and each person has their own special needs. Because I view not a business not as just a business. It's the person, their family, their home, and the business combined, because they all affect that one entity.
Great. So that's a really nice answer to my question. I really like the answer. So can you share any examples of businesses which were really like going on a downfall, and then a business coach helped the business, and it went from like 0 to 100, or went from any small business to a really large.
Okay, I can give you an example of a startup, um, where the business owner is an artisan, and they they were doing jewelry, and their negative cash flow every month was in the $1,500 range, and they had no income. They just kept spending money on ads and ads and ads. We came in, we stopped the ads, we started a new marketing strategy, and in that strategy, their very first time they used it, they made $350. So they automatically had a positive income that way. Sometimes we look at things, and we see what other people are doing, and we say we have to do it that way. We have to do it that way. And that's not the best way for our business. Another business owner I know was spending $10,000 a month on on ads on Facebook and LinkedIn, and he was only bringing in 5% of his income off of that $10,000, and his gross income was only 15,000. The rest of his income came organically through his YouTube channel. So by making a switch from running ads to just doing his YouTube channels, we gave him an automatic boost of $10,000 that he could use. Um, Increasing income doesn't necessarily mean increasing profits. I know another business that was making 1.3 million, and they had this really good year, and they made $2.5 million in gross revenues, and they barely broke even, because they hadn't optimized their profits. So instead of making a 25% profit, they only made a 2% profit. That is a huge difference. If you optimize your profits before you decide to grow, then you're a lean, clean machine, and you grow your gross revenues, and you increased your income.
Great. So that's a really nice example for us. Hopefully, the viewers who are watching us will get to get examples from it, get help from it. So the thing I wanted to ask you now is that you told about marketing strategy. So it's a thing you can't share with everyone. So I wanted to ask you that how much impact does social media marketing make on a business, and if it is used in a wise manner, how much a business can increase its limit.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the very last part of your question.
No problem. I wanted to ask you that when we have a really good social media marketing strategy, how much can a business increase its revenue to if a person is using marketing strategy wisely and operating it wisely?
It really depends on the business. The unless you have an online business, the online presence is not going to help you all that much, because you're making, and this is where um, online is good for coaches, because then you get to work with people all over the globe. Um, Consultants can do that. But if you're a construction company, an online presence, it is your website. It's not so much what you do on Facebook or on LinkedIn or Instagram. If you have, and different social medias are for different things. For artisans, Instagram and TikTok are amazing. People that are selling health supplements, or they're part of a direct marketing company that's selling coffee and stuff. Instagram and TikTok are really good. It's other than coaching on on Facebook or LinkedIn, your presence isn't making that much difference in building your company. With and each platform, like LinkedIn is more for those that are in business, corporate businesses, or entrepreneurs connect with each other and network. You get bombarded by sales from people trying to do lead gen on both Facebook and LinkedIn. And, that's another industry that is out there building online. What you can do is post pictures of your products, and it increases your awareness. And it really depends on your business and what you're doing, who you want to reach, whether online is actually benefit to your company.
Great. So I wanted to ask you now that you told me about the investment in the real estate business. It's a really opportunity business to do in any part of the world, and the most growing business in every part of the world if a person does it right. So, how much investment do we need in a real estate business to start off, like really cheapest from, like really low rates to start a business from?
You can actually do it with zero money. What you have to do is it's a trade-off, um, because you get a partner that's the money part of it. And I when I first started doing real estate, I would go out and find a deal, and I would split the profit 75-25. I would take the 25 because I was grateful to have the money, and then that 25 percent became my seed money. A lot of people are so concentrated on making the money, and they don't want to share the wealth, that they miss out on a lot of opportunities. Uh, there Something is better than nothing. And so if you have nothing and you start with, you give 75% of the profits to somebody else so you can get started, that's a better deal than not doing it at all.
Great. So now I want to end my discussion with my last question, that if
Okay.
you have any tip for new business persons or people who are starting off their business, what will be the tip?
Uh, if I'm going to work with somebody that's just starting their business, I want to do something they're going to enjoy. I don't want it to be just something to make money, because you don't put your heart into a business if it's not something you enjoy. If they've got an idea, the first thing I'm going to do is do my market analysis with them, because if you don't have that market analysis, you don't even know how big a problem you're solving. It might be something that you really enjoy, but it solves a little teeny tiny problem. So therefore, you're not going to make any money on it. Um, and so the business plan, going back to what I said at the beginning of our interview, that business plan is key to starting a business.
So that's a really great piece of advice for our viewers. Hopefully, they'll get on to it. So thanks a lot for joining my interview, giving me so much lot of information and time. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in a next stream or next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. It's been a pleasure.